Hey guys, this video is going to show you how to make a geocache that's both inexpensive and really easy to make. Alright, so what you're going to need to do is get some of these ID card badge holders. They're made out of thick plastic. They've got a Ziploc closure right here on one side. And, you know, just for size, they'd fit easily a credit card with space to spare. And then over here is just a geocache log that we put in a thin Ziploc plastic bag, and it just slides in there. We'll take a look at that in a little bit. Now these you can find online for about $5. You get 8 of them. So this is something similar that you'd order. And again, they're pretty thick, so they should last a little while. Second thing you're going to want are these sort of rare earth magnets. These are magnets, and they're called what? Neodymium magnets. We got 60 of them for about $12. And if you look over here on the picture, this on the finger magnet is pretty accurate. So they're about that size. They're not very large, and they're perfect for for this geocache. All right. The last thing you're going to need is some kind of strong tape like that would last outdoors. Now I got camouflage pattern tape, but you don't have to. You can just get the gray stuff, because to be honest with you, the final product is not something you want people to see immediately. It's more like it's going to be hidden, so they can't find it easily. But if they spot it, it's not going to be hard to tell what it is. All right, these are optional, and what they are metal plates that magnets will stick to. So they're like some kind of metal, like a steel. And what they're really designed for is to stick to cell phones, so that you can then stick the whole cell phone to a magnet in the car, so it can be mounted easily. I actually use one of these on my cell phone for that reason. But we're going to use it for another reason, and that is if you wanted the whole contraption, the whole geocache, to stick to something that's not magnetic, let's say the back of a wooden sign or something, then what you do is you stick this on first, and then the geocache will stick to this magnetic plate, or this steel plate. The magnets will stick to it. This is also optional. We have found that the adhesive little backing on this is great for cell phones, but it may not be strong enough for outdoors, lasting very long. So these are ridiculously adhesive double-sided tape. So as it sounds, they're double-sided adhesives on both sides, so it sticks both to the back of the metal plate and also to whatever surface you want. And this brand here, I think it's called U-Glue, maybe, is really, really good. It's like ridiculously sticky. So those last two things, the steel plates and this double-sided tape, are optional if you don't need to use them. So here's what it looks like if you put the geocaching log, just slide it in without anything else. So that's what it would look like. Then what you do is you take the duct tape, and you want to tape the magnets on the outside of the plastic ID card holder, right? You want it on the outside. Now what you see here is I've taken the metal plate and I didn't take the adhesive off. It can be just slid in, so I slid it inside, and then I put the magnets on the outside just to align them and line them up. Because if you're going to use the the steel plate, you don't want them to be too wide beyond the size of the plate, right? So this is a good way to measure it. And even if you're not going to use the steel plate, it's a good distance, and it holds those little magnets in place while you tape them down. Because imagine just putting the magnets on top of a slippery plastic ID card holder. They kind of slide around. So again, the magnet's on the outside, and just for positioning, the metal plate's on the inside. But then when I'm done, I just take the metal plate from inside and remove it. And then at that time, the magnets are already taped down. Once you tape down the magnets, it's going to look something like this on the back end. This is the back side. And obviously the magnetism will penetrate through the duct tape, so no problem. This side will stick to a metal surface easily. And on the other side, And by the way, this is the side that's open, so people can put things back in. We just put a little label, so if somebody happens to find it, it quickly says, oh, it's a geocaching game piece, don't take it. Hopefully they're good people and they won't take it. But like I said, this is not something you're going to see, hopefully. It's going to be something that's hidden in a way. And again, that's why it kind of doesn't matter what kind of duct tape you use. Here's an example of it sticking next to a little, I don't know, miniature oven that we have. And stainless steel, so it sticks really well. Now, where would you hide this? Oh, I don't know. You might hide it on the back side of a large object that's up against a wall, like maybe, I don't know, a vending machine or something where people aren't going to go behind it. And, you know, the wall that it's right up against sort of protects it, so to speak, so nobody's going to see it. But this is so flat that if you put it back there, you know, somebody to reach back there and search for it, they would find it. Another example is like on the bottom of this guy. So this thing we found out was not magnet attracted metal. It's aluminum, and so we had to use those plates. So we put the plate on the bottom, and then the geocache would stick to it. But this is a perfect example. Look at the bottom of this poop bag dispenser. I mean, nobody's going to look underneath it, and that is a perfect place for it. So maybe you can come up with some ideas of where you might place something like that. That's the final product. And, you know, I don't know how long it's going to last out there, but I assume that if it was sheltered somehow from really bad weather, the log wouldn't get too wet, especially if you put it in an extra plastic bag like we're doing. All right, I hope that was helpful for you guys to make your own geocaches that are inexpensive, as you can see, and also easy to make. Doesn't take a whole lot of crafting experience to make one of these. Hey, head on over to podcaster.com for more geocaching goodness. We have the longest running worldwide listened to podcast in the world, and you can hear more geocaching goodness there. And let us know. Write us at podcaster@gmail.com. Let us know if you made one of these geocaches and how they worked out for you.